So since I was a little girl, for as long as I can remember, I've loved makeup. I've loved special effects makeup. I've loved Halloween, but I've really loved the power of how it gives the everyday woman confidence. And when I was a little girl, I was my mother's assistant. She was a professional makeup artist. She taught makeup, she was on sets all the time, and I just really admired the way that I could see how people transformed once she got a hold of them, you know? And my job was to clean the brushes and, you know, to really just be there for moral support, because, you know, as a kid, we all sort of idolize our parents, and my mother is still a goddess, and she would work her magic on these sets, and it was always fascinating to me. So, of course, it was no surprise that I got into theatrical performances at a young age, commercial work. I was actually scouted while on a set with her to get into the entertainment industry, and at the age of 12, I became a professional model. And that was a real insight into the power of makeup and hair and styling and posing. And, you know, those images that we see every day in the magazines, those aren't what those women look like. You know, they're created. So it was really an impactful journey for me to see the power of an image and the power of a brand, but most importantly, the power that comes through people once they feel like they've got their face on, they're ready to face the world. Well, I think as with everything I've done, I worked really hard at it. And I decided, yes, that I wanted to tell these stories. I wanted to create these images. And when I got signed with Elite, when I was 17, I really sort of took off with it, and it all happened very fast. And one of the things I realized is the power of image, and that, you know, beauty is a real gift and a curse as well. You know, you can get so far with your image, but if you don't have anything to back it up, if you've just got a pretty face and you're not willing to work, and you're not kind, and you're not a good person, you know, that true beauty shines from within. So moving through the world of modeling, I met the most insecure people I've ever met in my life, because for so long they had been given things or provided, you know, luxuries because of the way they look. So you feel that's really important. And now when I moved into makeup artistry and presenting, that was because I really wanted to have a voice and use it. I knew I had a voice, but I really wanted to use it. I really wanted to be me on TV, and I really wanted to learn how to accentuate my features, because I would be on sets or, you know, backstage at fashion shows, and somebody would do my makeup and I would say, "This is terrible." And I would be in the bathroom fixing my makeup the way that I wanted it to be. And of course that's, you know, very frowned upon. Don't do that. But it made me realize, as with everything in life, one thing leads you to the next thing, which leads you to the next thing. So, because society has made us feel like we have to have makeup, we have to wear high heels, we have to have tight clothes, we have to be, you know, stick thin, we have to have a thigh gap, we have to have white teeth, we have to have this, you know, they've taken this image of beauty and just, it's really sad what I see today. These kids with these big lips or these big bums. I mean, I think I just read an article about the third woman in England to die from having a butt implant. I mean, why are you doing that to yourself? You know, so I think what's happening today, especially with social media and, you know, a lot of other factors, is our levels of what is beautiful is being really sped up thanks to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and all of these things that tell you, no, you need this, you need that, you need, you know, Kylie Jenner lips, you need. So don't listen to any of that. I would say shut it all down and listen to your body. Listen to what makes you feel good. Listen to your heart. Don't listen to your head, because we're all programmed to believe we're not good enough and we're not pretty enough and we need this surgery, we need that, and your nose is too big and you're this or that. None of that is true. What makes that true? None of it. Embrace your beauty, embrace your uniqueness, embrace who you are, and you will be glowing from the inside. Yeah, I remember, in the olden days, if you were feeling sad or blue, our older generation would say, put a bit of red lippy on, dear, and you'll be fine. And it has been ingrained in us through the generations to use things that enhance your beauty and make you feel powerful. And color is an amazing gift as well. So, experiment with color, experiment with things that just make you feel better, not cover anything up. So I really recommend just experimenting. Go to a makeup counter, get a makeup lesson. These are things they don't teach you in school. How to take care of your skin, how to identify your skin type, how to apply makeup. Nobody teaches you that. Well, I think no one and nothing can make you feel anything that you don't allow it to. So if you put on makeup and you genuinely feel like that is helping you, absolutely it is. I love makeup. I usually don't leave the house without even some lip gloss and mascara because I feel it makes me feel better about myself. And I know there are people who don't leave the house without doing full makeup. And if that makes you feel better about yourself, go for it. But you also need to take that time to really embrace your goddess and your bare face and look in the mirror and have, those moments with yourself as you are and really be in your skin and embrace and appreciate who you are. Because that's the most important thing. And it's taken me a long time to figure out, who am I, And if you have those moments, after you get out of the shower or when you're in the makeup mirror, really just embracing who you are, then makeup will do its job to enhance your true beauty, which comes from within. I believe that you should, unless you're going out, you should look very natural. People should not be able to tell you have a lot of makeup on. As you can see from my makeup, subtle colors, things like that accentuate or bring out an eye color or a cheekbone, or a darker berry color because it is autumn right now and it's a great time to embrace those darker lip colors. Actually makes my teeth look whiter. So there are so many tricks out there that you can use to really enhance, how you're feeling and your features. I have gone barefaced to professional events before because I just wasn't feeling it, and people will generally ask me if I'm feeling all right or if I'm unwell because interestingly enough, we all have sort of darker circles under our eyes, or, for me, I have a lot of freckles, I have a lot of spots, that I used to spend a lot of time covering up. And now I just let it out because, I feel kind of bad for men because they don't have the opportunity to do this, It wouldn't be as acceptable. But yeah, I think it's really interesting how people take you a lot more seriously, from my experience, if you've got, your best face forward, so to speak. And it's also kind of sad. So I think, Alicia Keys has been a great advocate for going natural. There's a woman that's given up makeup and lives in a jungle in Australia somewhere. I think she's called Banana Girl or something. And she's like, I've saved $4,000 already on not, shaving my armpits and dyeing my hair and doing my nails. I do spend the most money on my cosmetics, I have to say. So there's a big debate over whether or not it's necessary, but I think it's really important to just listen again to that intuition and follow your heart on the matter. Well, it depends where you're going. And I think right now, especially, one of the biggest trends is to be as natural as possible, the no makeup look. And it's really important, especially if you're single, to not have a big mask of makeup on, because they're going to be in for quite a surprise when they see you without makeup. So really try to stick to as natural a look as possible. I can't express that enough. But going out, you're going to want to add maybe a lash extension or a fake lash, or, a really pretty lid color, a darker lip, a bright red, You can never go wrong with a classic red, of course, by Chanel. But I think it's really, again, it goes with your outfit. It's really down to the person that's going out, but it's really important to not cake that on, to not look like you have clown makeup on. And I wish I could say that to every girl that I see that just has obviously spent an hour and a lot of money and time just covering up her natural beauty. And I think, you know, as I've gotten older, I'm 37 now, and I think it's so important to really come into that point where you embrace and enhance who you are and not try to cover it up anymore, because it's been a long time doing that. So